Good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off for Matt Busher. Samaje Kira on the return. Escapes the defender. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over at LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's between the white lines. He's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
They haul him down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's a dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that gets the ball rolling.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Burrow on first down. Here we go. Right away. It looks like, yes, they say Steelers football. They have got the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts turnover.
No, they don't. So, does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Partner tested the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. From the gun, give to Gainwell. And across the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They get him 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. This gets the first and more. He works this to the 38 before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. I know it's early, Brock, but that felt kind of big. A lot of momentum generated from that turnover was about to disappear if they didn't convert.
Yeah, there actually is some pressure on this opening series to score. I know pressure's a privilege, but that turnover gave them some early momentum, but it won't just disappear if they fail to score. We'll actually get to the other side of this.
And they're going to be set back to 11 after that play. They get 27 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
I can assure you of one thing, that carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Feeling the receiver in motion left. Off play action, here's Rodgers. And they'll go down shot in the end
honest with you, that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Second down, we're waiting for it. They run that back on the ground. This is backed up to the 9.
What was supposed to move the change, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Good touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And even worse, Brock, it's going to bring up 4th down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Boswell knocked it through. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and early momentum with that field goal.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, this is Piron. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. Burrow. This is all he is. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
I love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. So good work to help reset those chains.
First down carry from him. And then a brilliant play right to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want to open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
The play fake. Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
One real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how was he going to be defended. Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, you better be ready for some contact.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. He puts some juice on it. Deep throw down the middle. That's Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, I say this all the time. We get down there to the red zone. When things happen so fast, those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Second man picks him up. He'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line.
Those are short throws. They are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So on 4th down, Bengals calling out Ryan Rico for the punt. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. And he makes sure to angle that one toward the sideline. It bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rogers. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. It's going to push him back for 2nd down.
When they were in our defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Counter play here, Warren. Drifting ever closer to their goal line as he winds up backwards to his own 5. These last 2 snaps, they force this drive to what might be its last play here, Brock, and we can confidently say there's not going to be another run here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I think it's time to let the passing game get going and really trust your quarterback here, who's got to compensate for 2 negative plays.
It's 3rd and 1. Here's Rogers. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
Even on 3rd and long, he still couldn't bring himself to force the throw right there, and that's okay. As coordinators will like to say, every drive that ends with a kick we can live with. Don't put the ball in harm's way.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to pump this away. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. He'll take it in short midfield. And a nice return as we're looking at a very short field now. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. Fresh set of downs now from the 39. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And leave some shuffle around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Burrow out of the shotgun. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. In the red zone on 1st. Caught near the goal line. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Bengals still out there being looked at now. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Great defensive play. Jarred loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Rodgers from the gun. It's caught inside by Freiermuth. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That'll be the end of one. This AFC North battle. 7-3 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have it on 3rd and 5. In the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That's on the quick hit. And he's tackled for the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Warren here from the gun. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
Okay, that's a one that's whole hammer on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Roy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up Roy on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the leg quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Rodgers on his 3rd and short. He's going to walk this deep down the left sideline. So he knocked away from the intended targets, and he brings up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Corliss Waitman on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. The Bengals and Jamar Chase have had to take over on offense once again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. That's complete to Kasinga on the right. And it's an excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. They'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Bengals 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. Setting in a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. He was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Now shotgun here off the ground. And he's caught for a gain of about 2. This is stopped by Alex Highsmith.
hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Nice run down 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. He dodged the tackle, and he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup, and the Bengals have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the gun, it gets to Brown. And they get 100 here on first down, and losing yards on this play. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, who already got short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Burrow setting up the play action. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down at the pushing to that 35-yard line. Down, 1 yard to go. He's one here for Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's Brown again. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the field to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains in next week.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Burrow to the air now. Gets into him on the screen. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays on the downfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that move, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
9th play of the drive coming up. They need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From here, 3rd down. Complete over the middle. And they get brought down here at the 23-yard line. And that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This from 40 on the right hash. McPherson's kick is good. And 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy who can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
pretty safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rodgers sent to pass. Caught by his back. And they're all over that screen block. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Corliss Wakeman out there again to punt this away. Starts the return at the 34. It's a textbook ball covering that punt. It is stopped at almost nothing on the return. The Bengals and running back Chase Brown getting set to begin another drive here. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Completed to his running back. It's a small gain up to the 38. Signing the perennial All-Pro and Defensive Player of the Year contender. It's T.J. Watt.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion or a premium in this league.
He's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move their chains! More momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Now Burrow. It's completed right side. They're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
A gain of 22 yards.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Pass Bryant. But he's able to take this one down to the 25. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. To the air again, it's Burrow. It's on the end. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. He can try for some points coming into the break.
1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits and a 2-possession game.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W and 60 minutes over. But I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
Evan
Let's see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. He's all down on what is the final play of our first half. So entering the locker room, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Kenneth Gainwell now return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. We'll see the Steelers offense first this half as they're headed out now. They're down 13-3 as they take over. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Still makes the ground downfield. This is going to be out of bounds. This defense catches up to him near that 45. So 20 yards on that play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Inside the Ward. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. He's able to drive that ball about a yard. Stop made by Garrett Carter.
There's no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. To throw, Rodgers. Complete that to the right side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Rodgers from the gun. Just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There's a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed, there just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
A 43-yard attempt.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
It's firing a bunch of confidence in himself right there. Okay, second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's on the quick hitter. And he will get this one up to the 28. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believe it, your guy can get there.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Good play action here. Burrow. Right back to Chase. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's on the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. Complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Stick it in the air. It's Burrow. Quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he takes it just inside the 40. Down to the 39.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give left side to Brown. He stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. His defense playing some mind games with him.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Chase has it. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Bengals have the 1st down.
Bengals, 1st down.
And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Brown on the inside here. And he gets up for a game of about 4.
You know, kids, plays like that, they're just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They'll run again with Brown. And it's on the 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the 1st and goal.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. Not looking for that to be called again.
1st down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. And he's got his touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 13-point lead. tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're going for the end zone.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals double their lead to 14.
Steelers 6.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff.
Kickoff for Cincinnati.
Johnson now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Staying between the tackles with Gabriel. This drive is going to start off with a good 5 before they run him down.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
That's good for Steelers. First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On first down, Warren. Solid lead. Can't call that again. Second, nicely done. It's an 8-yard pickup. Then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Just one quarter remaining in this one. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Rodgers out to play action.
Connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he is on 3rd and short. This finds its target. That's my count. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down and goal to go.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff to Warren. He's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push it a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Caught just shy of the goal line. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the run back of the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Burrow on the play action. Gets it downfield. It's chased. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. A gain of 26 yards there. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Bengals first down.
Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches. But heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And 2nd and 10 now. It's Burrow. He's holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance on this upcoming 3rd down.
We get so stuck, Kate, on decision-making being the ball in the hands and where's he throwing it. The ball in the hands in the passing game, and what kind of decision is he going to make? When in reality, in this game, in the 4th quarter, decision-making is also knowing when to salvage a play. Salvage that real estate that's so important to try to play a little add-on and make this a 2-score game. That's not going to help in that decision at all.
3rd down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Now motion him out of the backfield. 3rd and long for him here. He puts him here under it deep down the left. This is brought in at the 50. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. There's the stop. He's got 9 yards on 1st down.
You know, this is one of the plays when you hear people say the college game has started proliferating in the NFL. It's about speed and space. And this is yet another one of those opportunities to get your best athlete the ball, and you'll never argue with that type of result.
play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Ground game works for the touchdown. The Bengals go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. His 3rd total score this game.
Okay, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains and the processing, that anticipation and accuracy, some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle. Let's go. And the Bengals double their lead to 14.
27. Steelers 13.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On return, here's Gainwell. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Completed on the middle. And he's taken down just a couple yards shy of the 40. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
At the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. To the air on 1st down. Rodgers finds him in the crossing right. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A pickup of 17. And the Steelers have the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Finds him over the middle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 22 out of their play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. They'll throw again. Rodgers finds the air out complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
One thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
3rd and just 2 to go. Again, Rodgers. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 4th and short. So they take their shot for the end zone block rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
And they're sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run. They make the stop after getting up 6 yards. They run on 1st and 2nd down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Brock, look at this. He's set up to throw it. And the trick complete. And he picks up the 1st down for the Bengals. That is the last thing they need to lock away this way. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. First and 10 from the 32. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. So back on here. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. The Bengals take this one on the road. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is. I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today. That's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So for Brock Ewart and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.